Thank the gentleman. Now recognize Representative Boebert.
Thank you all so much for coming to D.C. and speaking with the Freedom Caucus today. Thank you, Chairman Perry, for organizing this. This is absolute powerful information that America needs to hear. There is so much that has been covered up, and I just want to offer a special thank you for being here and sharing this information with the American people. A government's first responsibility is to protect its people. That is the only way any of us want a big government. We want a government big enough to protect us, big enough to keep us free. President Trump put the American people first. He built a big, beautiful wall, and then on day one of this Biden regime, this totalitarian regime, construction was halted at the southern border. I've journeyed down there 3 separate times, and I've seen the gaping holes in the wall. I've seen the construction that we've discussed today, laying, wasting away, being stolen. I've seen access points of people coming across the border illegally. And Biden isn't saving anyone any tax money by canceling construction of the border wall. This is costing the American taxpayer $5 million per day. $5 million per day to build a wall that's not being built. Customs and Border Protection data shows that officers encountered nearly 2 million migrants, and that's not including the hundreds of thousands of gotaways at the southern border since Biden took office. The nearly 2 million known encounters this past year is more than double what the Trump administration's Border Patrol agents ever encountered at the height of the crisis. While liberals and open border advocates continue to point the finger at anyone but themselves, we know this surge is due to the rollback of the Trump-era border policies. Mr. Judd, you said that perfectly. We don't need more money. We don't need more resources or agents. We need to implement policy. This can be resolved with policy, just enforcing the law that's already on the books. The Biden regime has ended, of course, the border wall construction, terminated asylum cooperative agreements, and limited the ability of immigration and customs enforcement to arrest and deport illegal immigrants. The Biden regime is also wanting to pay $158 million to nonprofits for legal services to illegal aliens so they cannot be deported, so they will have proper representation. In Joe Biden's America, we don't just have an open border, we have a government that acts as a concierge and a transportation shuttle for illegal aliens. Recently released body cam footage shows that the Department of Homeland Security is committing federal crimes by aiding and abetting illegal aliens to illegally enter our country on the taxpayer's dime. Joe Biden's Department of Homeland Security has been shipping thousands of illegal aliens to small airports on red-eye flights, sending them on buses to small communities across the country, and providing them public benefits. In Colorado, we have a new department. It's called the Department of New Americans. And this Department of New Americans is part of these public benefits that illegals receive when they get to their final destination. Often, these folks are transported without even having a background check. And I saw this firsthand at the McAllen Airport, where I saw dozens of groups of people who had, at the time, Notice to Appears in their hand, that de facto legal standing to remain in the United States. And now they have NTRs, just a simple notice to report. While this regime continues to literally break the law, they are continuing to threaten war against Russia over Ukraine's borders and ignore the crisis that they created at our own southern border. Now, I have a lot more that I would love to say about this, but Mr. Judd, I do have one question for you. The Biden regime ordered a full investigation because of a misleading photo of a Border Patrol wielding reins to control their horses. Video released after the initial photo showed that the agent was not trying to whip criminals that illegally crossed our border. He was simply maintaining his horse. Why do you think that the report ordered by Biden has not been released?
Because he knows it's going to show that he was wrong. That's why. He is not going to be transparent. Let me be clear. The report of investigation done by OPR, as far as I know, it has not come out yet. Now, I will tell you that I will get that report of investigation. They must give that to me if they're going to try to discipline one of the agents. I suspect that they're not going to discipline the agents and they're just going to hope that this is going to go away. That's what I think that they're going to do, because they know darn good and well that none of the agents did anything wrong. They acted within their training, and by the way, they were ordered down there on that operation by the Secretary himself. It came from the Border Patrol, and of course Secretary Mayorkas controls the Border Patrol, and he was actually there in Del Rio under that situation that DHS caused.